John Connor. It is time.
There's a new Terminator. The TX. It is designed for extreme combat. It's faster, more intelligent, and more powerful.
Oh my God!
It has been programmed to destroy other cybernetic organisms. It was sent back through time for one purpose only. To kill us all.
No introduction. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 3 of Revenge of the 3 for Beer and Bad Movies. How you doing, Rich?
I am a little depressed.
What is that?
I prematurely popped my dog. Again.
You did?
I gotta say, this is probably... I've only ever got the pop dog once. Every other time has been a fail.
It wasn't RoboCop that you popped your
That was a
dog
fake.
with me.
Yeah, that was a fake one.
Man, I was like, I just see you over... Here's what happened. He's over in the corner, he's talking with Miss Sassy, and I hear... And I just go, you popped your dog prematurely! Damn it! And he just goes, no!
Every time. It seems like every fucking time now.
It's been, you've had more premature pop dogs than most. So allow me. That was a good one.
That was good. That was so good, I think it made up for mine.
Maybe. Let's take a little sip. Alcohol. So, this was the last 3 of the Revenge of the 3. We watched Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Dun, dun, dun!
At this rate, we should have we're going to get more movies out there. But I do want to say we got to get more themes going. We got this 3 one, which there's a lot of bad 3s out there.
You know, we got Halloween, which of course is always a bad Halloween.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of shit fests coming up too. I know there's like 4th of July, Born on 4th of July, real big piece of crap. I mean, man, it's an option.
I don't have a problem with Born on 4th of July. But you know what is a good 4th of July bad movie? My Uncle Sam. It's a horror movie where a kid's Uncle Sam, who died in Iraq, his body comes back to life, and he puts on the Uncle Sam mask and kills people.
Too bad there wasn't like a Flight of the Navigator remake. You know what I mean? I think that took place around 4th of July.
It did actually. Yes, it was in the very beginning. But, so, Rise of the Machines. You know, I'm going to say this. Of the 3 movies that we watched that are Revenge of the 3, this was at least the most entertaining. It wasn't good, but it was...
out of that 3.
Yeah, out of that 3. There was explosions, there was car chases, there was...
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that with the right group of people, I think that maybe RoboCop Part 3 would have been the funniest if we had, MST3K'd it the entire time, just heckled the movie.
Which actually, this is what we did. We MS3K'd, we Mystery Science Theater did for this one. Definitely.
Yeah. Well,
we just talked so much shit.
I think a healthy goal would be for us to get a projector and just start recording us doing our own thing too.
For real.
Because, man, these movies are getting worse and worse.
They're, nothing beats Genesis.
Well, I'm just saying, if
I'm sorry, that was the last one. So it does get worse and worse and worse. You're right.
Yeah.
My apologies.
It's going to get to a point where we're going to start seeking help in, like, psychiatric wards.
Oh, completely.
Like, Kayla, what do these guys do? You're like, well, they watch a lot of bad movies and drink. Like, they both got to stop that.
Yeah, those are 2 really bad habits. Okay, let's go ahead and, for those who don't know what Terminator is, we're going to kind of get them to speed. The first Terminator is about Sarah Connor. Kyle Reese is a soldier from the future who is brought back in time to save her from a Terminator, a robot from the future, to kill her. The reason they want to kill her is because her son will become the leader of the Resistance. They fail. There's part 2. Same fucking plot, except now now John Connor lives. Her son is alive. Now, here's the problem, though, is that in part 2 versus part 3, part 2, they literally just end the war. They stop it. They destroy everything that shows that Skynet exists. The end. This one, I guess there still is a Armageddon, a Judgment Day, and Armageddon, and all this kind of stuff. And the way that the next Terminator, the good guy Terminator, explains it is that Judgment Day is inevitable. I kind of buy that. I mean, that's like saying, the dinosaurs could not live forever. Humanity could not live forever. Good God, man, that was creepy.
I don't know what that was. We're gonna have to see that some ghosts.
Yeah, are you possessed, bro?
I think there's a gremlin in my stomach.
I would buy that 100%. So, I mean, I guess that kind of work. Does that excuse work for you when they say, well, Judgment Day was inevitable?
Nope, not at all. Like, I mean, yes, on one hand, I could be like, yeah, maybe. Just to say, just for argument's sake, I could go, yeah, maybe, because it's a movie. I'm supposed to sit there, enjoy it, be out of there within 2 hours, and not let my mind go too crazy. Mm-hmm. That's supposed to be a good story, that I shouldn't have to do ninja flips around their story mentally for it to be fun. But you do in these movies like this, and I think that's what makes them so bad, like unanimously. Everyone can agree, hey, was that well written? Nah.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly, completely, because, yeah, the whole idea is that, like, it's Judgment Day was inevitable. I'm just kind of like, I guess, if that's the best you got. That's the best you got, then that's the best you got.
I guess, but then, it does bug me. He's like, oh, well, it's just going to be you two down here.
No. Let's get that a little bit later. So, yeah, in this movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger is back. I'm going to say, clearly, he's about a year out of his prime. He's now finally starting to show his age.
Yeah, I would say you're nice. I'm going to say 5 years and a lot of hard alcohol out of his prime. Because as someone who did fitness and stuff like that, he does an awful lot of cigars and hard alcohol.
That is true.
It's not like I don't think Arnold was ever like, listen, I'll come back for Terminator because I love it. And it's such a... No, he's like, how much money you going to give me?
Yeah, I mean...
and then they throw the rouge and shit on him to make him seem younger. But it clearly is... you can see it.
Here's my thing. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Perfect.
Goddamn Lost Boys. Shit.
And 3, 2... Okay, you know what? Here's my thing. Terminator 2 Judgment Day is a perfect sequel. Would you say it's that good of a movie where like it's right up there?
Part 2?
Yeah.
Well, I it's part 2 is like it's very rare that you get that good of a part 2. You know what I mean? Sequels that are very like that good.
Very, very, very.
Where a part 2 is almost better than part 1, or it seems kind of like part 1 was made for part 2. Like those two were meant to exist together, and I couldn't see it any other way.
I agree. Well, and again, I remember they were both written and directed by James Cameron.
Yeah.
This one was not. I think this was Mac G. He was the guy that did that babysitter movie you hated. Where the hot female babysitter wants to sacrifice her kid to...
Oh, yeah.
Now, at the time, Mac G kind of had some momentum going because those Charlie's Angels movies were kind of big. But just like, no, this movie does not work.
No.
It's mediocre at best. I will say this. I wanted to watch this movie last for the Revenge of the Three because I knew we would have the most fun watching it. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong, Walter. Just an asshole.
Wait, what was the Walter reference you made earlier? I mean, I know what line you said, but like, what were we talking about that brought Walter up?
What was it? Oh, it was an EMP. You didn't believe that?
That's right.
I'm like, dude, anybody can make an EMP at home. They're not very hard.
Yes.
Guys, look it up.
Let me
you
give
do
some backstory.
with the B battery.
So yeah, we were talking about like how come no one ever just kind of like breaks down how to kill one of these Terminators. They just kind of accidentally kill them.
Yeah, my thing is a sticky EMP. Throw it at his head and done.
And he's like an EMP, and I'm like, how the hell do you make an EMP? And then all of a sudden you give the Walter, I'll get you an EMP by 3 o'clock.
Yeah, you want an EMP? I'll get you one by 3 o'clock.
And I'm just like, you fucker. Oh man. So okay, in this one, here's the plot. John Connor, even though he has stopped Judgment Day, he doesn't trust himself. So he goes off the grid. He stays off the grid his entire life.
Quick question. Who named it Judgment Day?
I want to say James Cameron, but I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean
that was the name of the sequel for part 2. So
yeah, but I mean like the Terminator, right? He's like, Judgment Day.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, where'd you hear that from? He's like, a rumor in the future.
That's what all the robots call it in the future.
There's posters everywhere in the future. D-Day coming. Enlist now.
We're all getting oil at the oil cooler.
All these machines laying around. You guys sign up for D-Day? Nah, what is it? We'll kill all the humans once and for all. I'll go back in time.
I'm down.
Send me back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. Voluntary basis with the computers.
So Skynet in the future now, there's basically we actually came up with an excuse as to why Skynet exists in a future that has no Miles Dyson, has none of his work.
Skynet kind of sounds like Cloud, but you know.
Did I ever tell you my Skynet story with Brian
At
at the movies?
no.
This is real quick and funny. So me and Brian are at the movies, and I had an old school flip phone. You know, could barely get pictures.
Yeah.
And Brian had this is like 2008. He had one of those phones, one of the phones we all have now that can like get apps and stuff and get on the internet. And we're talking with these people, and they see that I have a flip phone. Like, what? And then I jokingly, I'm like, come on, man, have you seen Terminator, The Matrix? That's how it starts. Smartphones, Androids. And like, what? And then I look over to Brian. Brian, what are you doing? Oh, just seeing. Oh yeah, look, there's an app for Skynet.
Just to show you.
Yeah, it was a GPS type of app. So
Yeah, very smart on their part
that was
to like
hilarious.
name that.
in this timeline now, Miles Dyson, all of his work is gone, but yet
He's a color fellow, by the way.
Good lord.
Come on, you think you edit it out? Come on, I'm just kidding.
So I gotta edit that out now too?
No, definitely not.
Miles Dyson and all his work has been destroyed, but the Skynet program still goes on.
Yeah.
Eventually, they do get the Judgment Day Terminator Skynet.
I'm just saying, it's a bit racist for them to be like, hey, the guy who fucks America, he's black. I'm like, good one, James Cameron. Good one.
The thoughts and opinions on this podcast are all endorsed by Dick Sassy, not DK Murphy.
It's a good disclaimer, though.
Yeah, thank you. Good lord, man.
I'll make sure to put that in the writing.
Good lord. Yeah, so they're sending back the TX, a female Terminator, not to jumpstart, or well, not to start the virus that is Skynet, but to kind of get things in motion so that they will put Skynet online. And yeah, we got our first female Terminator. How do you think she did as a Terminator?
I think there's no female or male Terminators. And I think this is really funny here. This is where the LGBTQIABCDFG crew should have came in. They're like, wait a minute. Terminators aren't male or female. So if you think about it, they're non-gender. They're non-binary. So really, Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, just a Terminator, not male. That one that I guess it looked like a female. I get what you're saying. But
yeah, we know Terminators aren't male or female.
Do we?
But unfortunately, Terminators know that there are male and female
Here's
humans.
the thing. You use the he and she pronoun, which could be considered offensive to these... I'll shut up. I'll say she did this. Her resting bitch face was horrible.
Yeah.
And she was trying... I feel like she was trying to rip off Home Dude that we like. T-1000.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Patrick,
Yeah.
man. It's like, don't do that.
God.
You know?
He had like 5 lines and he was so good at them.
Yeah. And it's just because there was more emotion that he conveyed what he was trying to get across. You can't do resting bitch face 1 second and then go, I'm angry now.
Yeah.
No.
Like she do that. Why did she go to the woman, or I'm sorry, the officer, I like your gun? She made it sound sexual.
I like your gun.
What?
And then she just kills him. I'm like, just kill him.
Yeah, kill him. What? We didn't need to know I'm using my feminine woo. No.
Because remember, that's also the scene where her breasts inflate.
Oh, I don't remember that. I guess I blinked my eyes.
So no, that scene was that she gets pulled over by a cop. She sees this advertisement billboard, and she sees that the woman on the billboard has big breasts. So literally, her breasts inflate. The cop comes over. I like your gun, and she just kills him. I'm like, just kill him.
That's some anime shit right there,
Yeah,
right?
so stupid.
Breasts inflating out of control.
Meanwhile, T-1000, he had like I always remember this line when hey man, are you okay? And the guy on the bike, oh yeah, I'm fine. Say, that's a nice bike, and he kills him. He kills him off screen.
Yeah, it's still pretty funny though.
Yeah, so she's not very good as a Terminator, only because the way she goes about terminating people is so fucking boring. So
yeah, that's a good
basic.
observation by you right there. So that's absolutely true. So if we already get his sentiment in the other movies, like say, we already know where he's going with that, and then he throws in to be a dick. That's a nice bike. Okay, well, we already knew you were going to kill him when you said say.
Yeah.
But when she said that, I didn't gather that. I was like, oh, yeah, it's true. Then she just killed him. She didn't really give the emotion. Or I didn't know she was going to do that next. I thought she was actually going to try and use her, like, you know, feminine little magic on him. And instead she just kills him. It's like, you were going to kill him. Kill him.
Exactly.
Well, come on, like Kayla.
Well, no,
she was wearing really tight,
yeah,
fucking beef jerky.
I love it. You said she looked like fruit stripe gum with her outfit.
Or yeah, she looked like fucking fruit by the foot.
Fruit by the foot. Yes.
Wrapped up, yeah.
See, whenever the T-1000 would say something like, "Hey, that's a nice bike," it was kind of under the attempts that he was going to like quietly, when no one's looking, kill you, so that they could, like when he kills the adopted parents.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill both of them at once, So it's like that happens. So he's stealth-like.
Yeah.
She's not, but yet she does. Mm-hmm. She says things to make her sound like she be stealthy, and then she just kills, and that bugs the hell out of me.
Yeah. In Terminator, the first one, the Terminator, he uses the clothes that are like he didn't have a style, so he used the first person whose style fit him, and he went with it.
You're in part one.
Part one.
Okay.
You're punker. It doesn't matter if you're punker.
Yeah.
I'm wearing it. So in part two, they kind of be like, how do we give him back, or part three, this one, how do we give him back part two's outfit of cool biker wear?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll make it funny. We'll gay it up.
Yeah.
Okay, that scene could have been funnier if that was your intention. Here's my thing. If your intention is to be funny, be funny because people are relying on the funny. And it was building up to be funny because it was a stripper scene and like, okay, that's funny. He's getting back his gear. But not the way you think.
Yeah, let's just describe the scene. So, like, Schwarzenegger, there you go. Schwarzenegger comes back through time, and he goes to this bar in the middle of the desert where it's a strip bar, and there's a guy dressed like a biker who's stripping for women, and that's where he gets his clothes. And, I mean, it's not bad. It is funny in a way that's, like, really cheesy, but that's the one thing that also kind of irks me is that, like, there was never jokes in Terminator 1 or 2.
No, that made it like that. And it really took away the authenticity of, this is a real situation. The end of the world's happening.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Terminator's over here like, talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand.
I was like, say talk to the hand. I was like, talk to
that
the
motherfucker,
yeah.
How dare he.
It was, I mean, those jokes, I will say this. The jokes were funny, but unnecessary.
Yep. They should have saved. Now, I'll save that for later. But, it's towards the end. Let me just say.
Yeah, we're getting there. Here's one thing that I was just kind of like,
lost for words.
I forgot where I was going. Wait a minute, what were we
Arnold,
talking about?
you son of a bitch, you said yes to this.
Oh, now I remember. One thing about part 2, this was a deleted scene. The scene where John Connor, as a kid, tries to show the Terminator how to smile. Mm-hmm. Now, we've seen that like 1,000 times now.
Yeah, now it's like a GIF.
Yeah, now, but back in the day, that was a deleted scene, and we didn't have deleted scenes. So, like, I remember Showtime had access to that. I was like, I gotta fucking watch that.
Yep.
And that was the closest thing we got to a joke, was, the Terminator's smiling, and he's having a hard time doing it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just, like, the jokes, there's no need for fucking jokes in this movie.
And, ladies and gentlemen, that's why there's such a thing as editors. Because they watch a movie for you, your finished product, and while they're watching it, all of a sudden the Terminator does a smile thing. And it's like, oh, that shocked me. That threw my tempo off. I need to call in the director and be like, hey, watch this. And this does happen. So anybody listening to this and you're into making movies, really take this advice. Don't go changing tempos because you think something's cute or funny.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, don't go chasing waterfalls. All right.
Chasing waterfalls.
All right, I don't want to hear it, especially when your movie bombs.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
Did this bomb? I don't even remember.
Yeah, I remember. I clearly remember a lot of people asking me, "Rich, you gonna go see? You gonna go?" Maybe it did or it didn't, but I just don't remember watching it. And back then, I had the access to go see a bunch of movies, and I didn't. That was really one of the bad ones. That was up there.
I remember seeing this with my cousin. I remember I was dating this girl named Cindy. And she was like hardcore punk. You guys like called her like she looked like a fucking soldier because she was a big girl and she was like all punked out.
No, I'm not that. What? I said she reminded me of a 49ers linebacker. Oh yes, Rich, you're right. Wait, let's scroll.
Yeah, way to go. Way to go.
She had a good day though.
I saw her like 12 years ago once. At a Walmart.
Damn.
She did not look good.
And that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Somewhere, the gods are laughing. And you gotta think there's another place where the gods are crying. You guys ever think about this? It has nothing to do with movies, just because this will all be edited out later. But you ever think that maybe there's some kind of validity or truth to the idea the gods are playing a random game of poker with all of our lives.
Oh, completely.
We're all cards, and they're like, "Oh, I got 4 euclayas. Oh, I got 4 euclayas." Like, all right, you get to decide what happens with his life from here. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna go with a car accident, taking the license, and what do you guys think? Loss of limbs? They're like, no, it's going a little too much. I'm like, all right, you're right. Fine, I guess I'll just have him pulled over for a DUI tonight. Like, you know what? The gods are cruel.
They are.
They really are.
Okay, so let's so the plot. So the TX, as she's called. Oh, this is why she's T3 is in this category, because
You mean it?
It, yes. So like Turtles in Time, they're in fucking time.
Yeah.
RoboCop 3 has a jetpack and a rocket launcher. This one is the T-1000 and the T-100 put together with weapons. Not enough that they're 2-in-1. Oh, no. Add weapons.
Yeah.
Add the fact that she can infect cars and trucks. And
Oh, I love the whole Mad Max theory.
Yeah.
Or, that Maximum Overdrive. Mad Max, I'm thinking of
your Maximum Overdrive.
the cool guy, the really respectful guy with the good Mel Gibson, that guy.
Oh.
Everyone's favorite grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he was my dad.
So, like, it's so much and so little at the same time. It really bothers me.
Oh, it was. It was too much too quickly. Yeah. It was like ripping off of chase scenes from like Bullet. It was trying to do the part 1, part 2 together.
Yeah.
When they had the opportunities to do good throwbacks to part 1 and 2, they opted out because why? Don't say it was money. It was creativity. They didn't want to do too much of a nod to part 1 and 2 to where it made it.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? And then they go and spend more money. Oh, God, that was actually
funny. That's why
funny.
they had Dr. Silverman.
Yeah, Dr. Silverman. You know what? As much as I want, I hear myself complaining, it goes right back around to being funny. So Schwarzenegger's there, swinging on this fucking thing. Oh, God, it was great. Nothing could take him out. He's going through buildings. Then all of a sudden, a firefighter truck comes by and El Smacko. And the next thing you know, he's off of it. So you're telling me the concrete, everything else couldn't take him out. But one red fire truck.
One red fire truck.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. These guys, I'm sure. Yeah, what the hell? Who was that? But, yes. Come back tomorrow at Tuesday.
So the whole idea is that the TX is trying to kill all of the lieutenants in John Connor, and she comes across John Connor, so it's like, oh, let's kill him. That's fine. There are nice, cute little twists, like for the fact that the T-800 will not listen to John Connor. He'll only listen to his girlfriend / wife or whatever. Mm-hmm. Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor, she when she died, she faked her funeral. And
she doesn't bother to do a guest spot in this.
Well, she doesn't bother to do a guest spot in the last 3 either.
But, I mean, you fake her death.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I watched it, I thought, oh, cool. She's not in there. There's lots of weapons. Yeah. And if that's the first reveal, the second reveal has got to be Mom coming to save the day. I thought that was, and I was expecting that the whole movie.
Apparently, in the next Terminator, she's in it.
I could care less.
Yeah, me too.
Because when they had Cersei playing the Sarah Connor Chronicles, I thought bigger things.
That was good.
And I was like, wow, they completely cut that show right off, didn't they?
Did. It was fucking annoying.
So,
because even though that show was really trying to make puzzle pieces out of the Terminator series, it at least was entertaining.
Yeah.
And they weren't confusing. But so back to fucking Terminator 3. Oh, I remember. I love the joke we made where we're watching the Terminator carry the coffin.
Oh, yeah.
That was filled with guns that apparently was supposed to be Sarah Connor's body, but it's filled with guns. And we're like, could you imagine the pallbearers just be like, what the fuck? Why is Sarah so heavy?
I remember Sarah. She worked out all the time. Yeah. Oh, my back.
She was like a wave. She was 130. What the hell?
She never even wore a bra. Yeah. What the hell does she have on under here?
Did she get a fucking hip replacement or something?
All right, guys, I got to put this down. I ain't fucking around anymore.
Yeah, time out, guys. Time out. But also other things that you and I kind of figured out, like the fact that there was the Model 101 were all Schwarzeneggers.
All of them.
Yes.
Seriously.
So here's the thing, is that in part 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger calls himself, he's a T-800 model.
Cyberdyne Systems Model 101.
Model 101. T-800 series, Model 101. And something just kind of popped in my head. I'm like, so why are all of the Terminator Schwarzenegger? We saw in part 1, there is a different Terminator who had purple eyes.
Yep. That is such a good, it would just be good for fans to be able to check out, where did they get these people? These people were probably experiments for the Cyberdyne systems. Exactly. They were probably all military before they even got into Cyberdyne. And then they're like, hey, we need you guys to either do nowadays we do mocap, right? Mm-hmm. And that's just for video games. We use real life soldiers to go and do mocap for robots right now. Yeah. If you guys don't believe it, you guys can go and check it out. There's a video and look it up. Walt Disney Studios is making they have these robots, Disney robots, just for stunts.
Oh no, yeah, completely.
And these stunt robots can jump really high in the air, like you would see from Matrix. They can do the real life Superman jump in the air and land, and that's a robot. You got to think. Cyberdyne Systems getting people to do that. There's a Robert Patrick. There's a Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yep. There's that lady from Part 3. Yep. So I'm guessing, and this would have been cool for the storyline, to show us who the original members of that squad would have been. Robert Patrick.
That would be cool.
Her, and they were all part of original crew.
Just you put them in the room, they're being scanned.
Yes.
Naked, and then they're killed.
Remember Predator? How the first group, how they're the cool group that you like. This shit will turn you into a sexual tyrannosaurus. They should have all had a cool camaraderie, and that was the original group.
That would be a cool. Well, that would have been a cool story.
It would have been a cool story, but they ruined it. They had the chance, and again, that's just another example of you guys have a storyline. It was made up for you, and you chose not to go that route. You chose CGI instead of storytelling.
I really actually do not like it when movies, just like The Predator, goes very CGI-ish. Meanwhile, the practical effects Predator look awesome as fuck.
Yep, that's actually very true.
So the TX gets her goal across, and she starts Judgment Day. The machines take over. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. Now, this is the one thing that I actually really like about this movie, is that it asks the question, why John Connor? What made him so special? All we ever heard before was that he was the leader of the Resistance. He was the one that helped them fight back. But how?
How? Yeah, exactly.
And so, at the very end, the Terminator leads him and Catherine Brewster, his wife, eventually his wife.
No relation to Punky Brewster.
Is that where the Punky thing came from? Was Catherine Brewster?
Yes.
Awesome. He leads them to a secret underground bunker for military VIPs that also have connections to all of the military bases that they can talk to. And they all go through what is it? Not Wi-Fi, but radio? CB radios. Yeah. And he is the one that is able to tell everybody, hey, the bombs are in the air, they're crashing. So he does save...
A whole lot of good he does.
I know, right? He takes fucking forever just...
Yeah. Guys, I'm depressed.
I know.
It's going to take another 5 minutes before I tell you this, but... And I know how I'm going to tell you.
I've had a day.
Yeah. Whew. Boy, when I get around to telling you this, it's a real bombshell I'm going to drop on you. No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended.
But there's nukes above your head.
Yeah, and they're about to drop.
I wish I could have told you 5 seconds sooner.
Oof, I would have saved so many lives.
Yeah. But you're John Connor, an asshole. Yeah.
So that's the funny thing is that, actually, that's why he is so important to the humanity. But at the same time, when I saw that scene, and they're like, Connor, what's going on? And he's just there holding the mic, just
There is an interesting book years ago I read, and it was about this sniper guy. And long story short, this guy couldn't get a cold. It was he was like the real life version of Mr. What's his name? X. Bruce Willis's character from Shatter. What it's called?
The Jackal?
No.
Unbreakable.
So Bruce Willis's character.
Okay.
There's a real life guy like that. Years ago, I read this book. Anyways, he was a sniper in the military. He couldn't catch a cold. He couldn't catch a disease. Blah 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 blah. Time rolls on, the war is over. This guy was still there sniping people out there, and no one could get a hold of him to tell him that the war was over. So, long story short, I think that what they could have done with the John Connor story was use this real-life soldier's story and been like, look, this dude has some kind of a DNA where he can't catch a cold. So, in the fallout, the nuclear fallout, he can't catch a disease. John Connor is so important because his bloodline is that they're going to repopulate Earth. And so they're afraid. Anything else doesn't make sense because it's not like John Connor was really good at creating a virus, which he should have, or someone should have done.
Katie and I know what you're getting at, yeah.
You know?
Well, then, okay, so...
He wasn't really important to humankind. I don't get, like you said...
But now he was.
Why John Connor?
Yeah, why John Connor?
He's like, why? Because he picks up a thing and depressingly says, guys, we're fucked. No, I could have done that.
P.S. You should have said it sooner.
Twinkies for life. I've always wanted this.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's you and
You
not
all
me.
owe me. All right, so do me a favor, because we can't do the 10 of one person still, but what's your rank the Terminator movies? How do they go for you?
Okay, it goes Terminator 2, 1, probably the latest one with Khaleesi, so 5, and then 4, and then 3.
Wow, you put Genesis really high up there.
I did, but you know what? It's because it had better actors in it.
I don't care.
This one was so piss poor, and I had to look at
No. See, I'm gonna stop you there. I
had to
think
see
fucking 5 was worse.
See her. Oh, I loved it. His name was Pops.
Yeah, he was kind of
If we all watched that together and we just ridiculed it together, we could all have so much fun. On this one, there were so much more depressing things to see in this one.
I think the fiance dying kind of off screen was actually kind of sad. Cause he screamed like
fucking
a bitch.
romantic. Get the fuck out of my...
He screamed like a bitch.
I thought that was hilarious.
He's like, ah!
Yeah. And I was like, so I thought that was funny because I thought the roommate next door or whoever was in the apartment would go, honey, did you know the loggers are working today? He's like, no. He's like,
Arthur, I hit some loggers next door.
Eat it, you dumb bitch. Go to sleep. Yeah. I don't. It sounded like a sawmill, and then clearly something cutting through bone.
Yeah.
So this is true story. This true story. I told you. This is like I was living on 11th Street. No, not 11th Street. This is on Magnolia when we're all living on Magnolia 15th, and so it was like 3:something in the morning, 3:15 in the morning, and I hear turn on. I'm like, is that a fucking chainsaw? Now keep in mind, back then, we were has the neighborhood watch. I think my mom was the president, I was vice president of neighborhood watch. It was very ghetto back then. We hear a chainsaw going, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm calling the cops. That's just too suspicious. And then it clearly is cutting through something, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, anyways, I heard that sound on the Terminator, and I was like, well, that reminded me of that, clearly. I don't know why no one else in the apartment building would call the cops. And then instead, he answers the door perfectly. Like, I'll help you find her.
Oh, yeah.
That's not suspicious. The boyfriend, hey, your girlfriend, your fiance is missing. She's been kidnapped.
And he's just very, I'll help you.
Yeah.
Find her. Which, by the way, in real life, that would never happen.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, by the way, the laws of physics in this movie kind of really, like, go out the window with, like, all the car chases and the way the cars are handled. And, you know, you and I we're veterans of driving cars. We know that, like, cars can't handle a fucking piece of glass.
And then I've driven many of fire trucks with men hanging on the edges of them, and let me tell you, he should have fallen off. He should have fallen the fuck off.
Good beer.
Yeah.
Here, clink.
But, like,
Clink.
you know, I'm trying to get a beer sponsor for us, and I really am hoping that I get this German one. Because apparently they just like Americans, but the people out here in our own city don't want to sponsor us. They're like, never mind. You guys have no clout in the city. They're very fickle.
See, for me, it would probably go Terminator 2, even though actually I put Terminator 2 above Terminator. But because it's the first one, you can't go past it.
I do.
So, okay, for me, it would go Part 2, Part 1, Salvation, then Rise of the Machines, and then Genesis. Genesis at the fucking bottom.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Are you sure?
Well, there's only one more part of Salvation that I hate. It's when he gets stabbed in the heart.
Yeah, that's.
And then they're like,
hey,
we can just take his heart out. I'm like, that's not how fucking heart transplants work, motherfucker.
Also, doesn't make sense that he's like programmed to feel pain, right? And then all of a sudden in that one, oh great, here we are picking that one apart. Then all of a sudden he's fucking like, oh, I don't register pain anymore because I realize I'm a Terminator.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. They were torturing you virtually to death.
Yeah.
Also kind of bugged me about that.
He was screaming like,
yeah.
Ah!
Like, you know what'll never be a part of this podcast is the original RoboCop. But I will do I swear to God, I'll redo the new RoboCop. That was such a bad,
Go for it, yeah.
bad, well done movie.
I don't think it's
that
bad.
one
I think
has to be.
I think it's lame. It's a lame duck.
It has to be brought up because so many people put like a lot of thought and effort into that movie for it to be executed poorly. That's what bugs me about
a lot
movies.
of money. Oh, speaking of money, okay, so I want to bring this up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up the budget. You ready for that? Fucking.
I'm gonna say $80 million.
Wait. What?
$80 million. It's like they made it really cheap.
All right, so the budget for Terminator 3 was. Oh my goodness, you ready for this? Jesus.
300.
No. 187.3 million.
Okay, 100 more than I thought.
Now,
Not much.
Want to take a guess on how much it made?
200 million.
433 million.
Wow. Slap my ass and call me Susie.
Yeah. Almost 3 times what it cost.
Okay, so they didn't break even.
No, they did well. They did very well. All right, we're getting ready to close it up. We're doing our thing.
Well, we do need to discuss this.
All right, go ahead.
It's very important. There's a scene in the movie
Yeah.
where, I don't know if you guys know where I'm going with this, but which by the way, okay, I don't know what the fuck they're called. For heck. I said for heck. So this is family friendly because I didn't say what you think I said.
Yeah.
But there's a T200, whatever it's called, the T, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, T2 or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those little, the
Johnny Five looking motherfuckers.
the Johnny Fives that are on a maniacal rampage.
Yeah.
Those things. Instead, and there's like a flying version of those. Well, she takes it out very quickly with the machine gun. And I'm thinking, wow, whoever greenlit that should be taken out and killed because apparently anybody who we're going to go to war with is going to take those out with a machine gun quickly.
Yeah.
And then, as she's done taking it out, the dude's John Connor is flabbergasted.
I know you're just get it out.
He's fucking smitten. He goes, and then she goes, what? I'm setting this up. And then he goes, you remind me of my mother. But he says it like he's so turned on.
And then boner burn.
Oh, God, it was so gross and sickening.
Well, I didn't find it gross. I found it lame. Because there's always there's been a thing for years where it's like you want to marry someone like your mother. Yeah, exactly.
Have you met my mother?
I haven't met your mother. I do not want to marry her. But like that's what a lot that apparently that's kind of the thing where it's like you want to marry. Ooh, fucking DuckTales. The bad guys, the family that were the evil villains, whatever.
Yeah, I remember.
They had a song. I want to marry a girl like the girl that married dear old dad.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's just dumb. But anyways, yeah, like
my brothers remind me of those guys.
I'll bet. Would you
the Beagles, right? They were
the Beagles. That's their names.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. Of all of the 3 movies we watched today, or not today, but in general, which would you recommend?
Out of all the Terminators?
No. Of Terminator 3, Turtles in Time, RoboCop 3.
Oh, shit. If you're with your family, part 3 of Terminator. And then if you're by yourself and you want to cry, possibly commit suicide, watch Ninja Turtles. Maybe reverse that. If you're with your family, watch Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that is more of a family.
If you want to blow your brains out, go with this Terminator. If you want to have fun with friends and kick it and just make fun of something and slam your head against the back of a window in boredom, probably go with RoboCop 3.
Go ahead. let me just summarize that. I would recommend the 3 movies, RoboCop or Terminator 3, because at least it does action.
That's a good one. That's a funny joke.
I'm not trying to be like, hey, if you're trying to kill yourself, watch Turtles 3.
If you're already listening to this, the chances are you're pretty close.
Yeesh.
Look, your options are call the suicide hotline, which puts you on the grid, or listen to us. All right,
yeah. We don't have necessarily a movie for next week.
But we do have a few, and I have one right up your alley, actually.
Yeah, we have. What do you got? Tell me.
Okay. It's called Scarlet Worm.
Yes. Okay.
Now, me and Jesse seen it, but we do want to watch it in a group because we need to redo it. Now,
Yeah.
the thing is, originally I thought it was called Cowboy Vengeance, but upon looking into
Yeah,
it, I
yeah.
realized the licensing and everything, it's not fair to give, just because Amazon bought it and they thought they could retitle it, which
Yeah.
Amazon, it's up to you.
Calm down.
Yeah, it's up to you. Calm down. Take it easy. Someone already put their work and their ass into it, so it's important to know that the title is called Scarlet Worm, not Cowboy Vengeance. But legally, I'm going to post the title Cowboy Vengeance because Amazon purchased it, and then now that's the name of it.
Yeah. If you want to watch it in a group, I'll be down. The next movie I want you and me to watch, classic. I've been thinking about this for about 2 weeks now. Buckaroo Banzai.
Ooh, is that a bad movie?
It's a so bad it's good movie.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it is.
It's a cult movie.
Yeah, it is, because I grew up liking that movie so much that I was like, I'd never even popped in the list of bad movies, but yeah, you're right, it is. It's up there with Phantom and all the other ones.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Movie. Bad movies are bad movies. In which case, Gladiator should make this list one of these days, and people.
If you're down to watch Gladiator, I'm with you.
People are going to take me out and flog me for that. That's one of my favorite movies on earth.
I'm like, isn't that like a best picture?
It's up there. It's an Oscar winner. I'll give you that. But I'm glad that we are evolving as a society where we can go, you guys, you know what? Citizen Kane, probably not that good. Gladiator, probably not that good. But we remember it being awesome. And that's what's important. All these movies we watch in their own right are awesome. And to some people, they're probably their favorite. Meanwhile, we're over here shitting on them.
Yes.
So there you go. That's just the truth of it.
All right, guys. Everybody, have a good and safe evening. And remember, these bad movies are only for drinking.
Possibly thinking about what you're going to do next with your life.
Fuck yeah. Bye, everybody.
See you. Thank you.